Hello again and welcome back to another video. This one is going to pick up right where we left off with the last contemporary studies video. We just discussed the Alamo and how Santa Anna took down the Alamo and slaughtered everyone inside, including Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett. Santa Anna expected the slaughter to frighten other Texans into surrendering. Instead, the fallen defenders of the Alamo became martyrs to the cause of Texan independence. Now, if you're not sure what a martyr is someone whose death is often seen as a rallying cry or a cause for people to support, to come to. So these people that died defending the Alamo became martyrs for Texan independence. The slogan, "Remember the Alamo," rallied the Texans and attracted volunteers to their cause from the southern United States. Led by Sam Houston, the Texans drew Santa Anna eastward into a trap. In April, they surprised and crushed the Mexican army at the Battle of San Jacinto. Houston's men killed 630 and captured 730 Mexicans, including Santa Anna himself, while suffering only 32 casualties. That's amazing. Those are amazing numbers for someone that is taking down the leader of another country. Fearing execution, Santa Anna signed a treaty recognizing Texan independence. He was afraid that they were going to kill him. So he decided, you know what? I don't want it. You want to be independent? Fine, you got it. Here, I'll sign the paper. You're independent now. Have fun. He conceded generous boundaries that stretched the new republic south and west to the Rio Grande. On paper, Texas even got half of New Mexico, including its capital of Santa Fe. Now, if you look back, there's two words in there that kind of change things. It says on paper. So we'll see if this is honored. The government in Mexico City refused to honor a treaty forced on a captured and disgraced dictator. The Mexicans would accept an independent Texas that remained within its traditional boundaries. So, the Mexican government has said, well, he was a disgraced and defeated dictator. We're not going to honor his treaties. You have to sign one with us. And while they were willing to allow Texas to be independent, had to remain within its normal boundaries. So you didn't get half of New Mexico, where Santa Fe was. The expansion debate. Texans elected Sam Houston as their first president. He quickly asked the United States to annex Texas. President Jackson privately favored the request, but he could not overcome opposition in Congress. Northern representatives balked at adding another slave state, especially one so big and potentially powerful. For nearly a decade, that's 10 years, Texas continued to apply in vain for annexation. Houston tried to pressure Congress by pretending to consider joining the British Empire. At the time, Britain and the United States jointly occupied the Oregon Territory in the Pacific Northwest. The prospect alarmed expansionists. So, he is trying to force his way for America to annex Texas. The thing about that is, since it was a southern state, it would be considered a slave state, and this is a big chunk of land. Do we really want all of that land to be slave territory? That's what Congress was concerned about. But everybody got alarmed whenever Houston tried to play a trick on Congress and say, well, if you won't take me, I'll just go join with Britain. And that would be a major affront to America. Okay, Polk becomes president. The annexation of Texas became a key issue in the 1844 presidential election. Southern expansionists supported James K. Polk of Tennessee. A Jacksonian Democrat and a slaveholder, Polk devoutly believed in manifest destiny. Whig candidate Henry Clay opposed annexation. Polk reasoned that Northerners would accept the annexation of Texas if they got their own prize. He promised them the Oregon Territory. Polk's vow to obtain both Texas and Oregon helped him win a decisive electoral victory. So, he wanted Texas added because he was a slaveholder. However, he knew that he wouldn't get support unless the Northerners felt that they were getting a free state as well. So Polk swore and made a vow that he would get Texas and Oregon both added to the United States. Alright, this is the expansion debate. This shows a map of what Oregon looked like and the boundary that was eventually agreed upon, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. So, does this look familiar to our current map? Because it should. Polk fails to obtain all of Oregon. However, Northern Democrats soon felt betrayed by the new president. In June 1846, Polk compromised with the British, agreeing to split the Oregon Territory at the 49th parallel of latitude. That would be this line right here. The United States got the future states of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. The British kept what became the Canadian province of British Columbia. And Ohio Democrats sputtered, "Our rights to Oregon have been shamefully compromised. The administration is Southern, Southern, Southern." He felt that the Southern states were being favored because the Southern states got Texas, which was this massive, massive piece of land, and it's all slave, and they were promised to get all of Oregon, and Polk agreed to split it with the British. So they're feeling betrayed. They're saying that Polk lied to them, and he's favoring the Southern states. Polk compromised because the nation could not afford two wars. He wanted to fight weak Mexico rather than powerful Britain. By the time the Oregon Compromise was completed, war with Mexico had already begun. So, the reason that he didn't pursue Oregon more forcefully was because he didn't want to fight Britain. He knew how powerful Britain was. He didn't want to fight them. However, he knew that Mexico, who relied on Spain, which was a much smaller country and very far away, would be easier to take down than Britain. So that is why he focused on taking all of the Texas territory. Okay guys, that's going to be it for this video. Once again, if you have any questions, you can leave a comment on the video, you can send me an email or a message through Schoology, or talk to me the next time you see me. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one, so I'll see you again real soon.